Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do.
It's not nice, is it?
Yeah, ready? Ian Laws. Tony Jeffries is flagged up. You've been following him since his early career. What's that been like?
It's been great because you get some people who come into your office and their dads tell them that this lad's going to be the best thing ever in boxing or whatever, and you kind of have to take it with a pinch of salt. I remember Philly's dad coming in with Tony and saying, he's good, this kid, you should watch him, and I go, yeah, okay, well, let's have his picture and we'll find out about him. And true to form, he's done the business, Tony, and the best thing is he's not really changed. I mean, he was a bit shyer obviously at 14, 15, 16 when he first walked through the door, but he's just ordinary lad, and he's got that common touch that I think will take him far, and people will find that an attraction.
That's a massive thing, isn't it, the likeability factor? Is that why he's so popular in Sunderland?
Probably, yeah, because he hasn't got too big for his boots. It would be quite easy for people to think, he's giving it the big I am because he's got his medal and he's always in the local paper because of it. But the thing about Tony is he does anything for anybody. People phone him up and ask him to help out and bring his medal along, and he'll do it. He'll be out at all hours of the weekend doing appearances and opening. He'll open a paper bag for people if they ask him to, and he's not doing that for himself. He's doing that because he's given something back. He's had a tremendous amount of support from the city, and I think his attitude is that if he can give something back, then he's happy to do that, because I don't think he loses sight of the fact that the Olympics is a massive thing for people all over the world, and for people to have a bit of ownership of the Olympics, if you like, in Tony, then they've taken to that, and the fact that he's just an ordinary Joe, and people living the dream,
From a journalistic point of view, speaking professionally, he must be great because he's so accessible.
Well, he is brilliant. He's Tony. He's I'm quite funny being at this press conference because everybody's kind of queuing up to speak to him, but it's speak to him on almost a daily basis, as you guys might do, but so not a big deal for me talking to Tony Jeffries these days, and he's got that potential to be a big story, and it's great to see a lot of other people taking notice, because for a long time it was the local paper that was the only person interested in him, the only organisation interested in him. Now there's competition for Tony Jeffries stories, and I've got to be on my toes a bit more, but it's absolutely tremendous to see him getting around, getting in the national media and doing so well, and apart from anything else, it got me to Melbourne to the Commonwealth Games as well, so I was quite happy about that. I got a bit of a junket out of it, so yeah, that was tremendous, and that was a privilege.
And obviously, not everybody knows, but we're going to follow him to a school and a hospital after that. He's doing great things in the local community as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's out at all hours. He comes back after a hard week's training, and he'll be out at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, at a community centre, because people want him there, and it's not like he's selling his services. He's doing all this of the goodness of his own heart. He's taking his medal if people want to see it, and that's just brilliant. I think that a lot of sportsmen can get carried away with it, but if Tony keeps that attitude and doesn't get carried away, then he'll always be loved, and no matter how high he goes, I think if he keeps that common touch, he'll be an asset to the city and to the country if it keeps going for him.
Put you on the spot. How high will he go?
Who knows? I mean, he's gone just about all the way in the amateur ranks. He's been the World Championships, and if he was a bit more focused at the World Championships after qualifying for the Olympics, then maybe he would have got a world medal as well. He's been a European champion. He's won tournaments all over the world. Personally, I think he should have got a Commonwealth medal, and he got caught out by a good opponent in the end. And he's got an Olympic medal now, so he's proved himself as an amateur. The pros are a lot different, a lot tougher. Maybe he's going to come up against some real war horses who've been there and been in really horrible, bloody fights. But he's got the skills, and if he keeps his head down and he learns from the right people, which I think he's got behind him with Frank and the people he's involved with, then he can go a long way. And I think it'd be stupid to say he's going to be a world champion, because how many people in boxing have started off thinking they're going to be a world champion, but he's got a chance if he keeps his head and he doesn't get too carried away with himself.
Yeah, mate, that's great. Thanks for taking the time out of your day.